Hi everyone, I'm Madonna from New Leaf Natural Therapies. I've been a naturopath, kinesiologist, nutritionalist, herbalist, energy healer for nearly 30 years. So today I wanted to talk about skincare, particularly skin cancers, and because so many people are getting so much skin issues these days. So I wanted to cover a few of my basic favorite things. So I'm sure you've heard me talk about these things before, but there's some specific nutrients and stuff. But firstly, what I might do, since I can, I have one particular little spot here that is just delightful. And it was sort of funny because going back a couple of years ago, there was a whole bunch of specific toxins going on. So what I'm going to do while we're chatting about the skin, I'm going to have this one running. So this is a body system scan on my AO scanner. So Solex, basically this one goes through 13 body systems, and each circulation, it goes through the physical, the causes, the emotions, and then suggestions. So it sort of gives a really good overview. Now with each body system, because you can imagine we've got 70 trillion cells, somewhere between 50 and 70 trillion cells. So as it's going through each system, so now it's going through the connective tissue, it's going through the connective tissue through your entire body. It's working out the major areas that are the problems, and it usually gives 4 to 6. And then it will find out the major 4 to 6 vitals that are out, the major 4 to 6 causes, the major 4 to 6 emotions, and then the major 4 to 6 suggestions. So this is based, some of it is algorithmic, but most of it is the fact that once the device has your 7,000 frequencies of voice, it's got your date of birth, your height, your weight, it knows you. You are the only person who is you on the planet with those fingerprints. So what I'm going to do is basically have a chat about some supplements, and then we'll go back and I want to look at the skin part of that. So that's sort of what I'm going to do for us today. So my first thing with any cancer these days is my favorite thing is the Renew 28. So the Renew 28 is basically redox signaling molecules. The reason it's powerful is because it penetrates. If you do 3 applications in 5 minutes, it penetrates and increases the circulation by 50%. So if you've got something, whether it's a BCC or an SCC or something growing on your skin, your body is trying to eliminate toxins. For a start, what has activated the ability for your body to build stuff up on the skin? So that can be twofold. It can be the environmental EMFs, 5G, 4G, all of this stuff we're taking into our skin from the environment, or it can be our stuff trying to release things. So there was a huge study going back in the, I can't remember, the 1970s, 80s, when in Australia we started getting melanomas through the roof. And what was going on at the same time is that our butter usage went down and our margarine usage went up. So it just happened to happen around the same time melanomas were going through the roof here in Australia. And of course, everyone blames it on the sun, the big bad sun. So I'm not one of those. I think the sun is healthy. I think we've got beautiful skies at the moment. Breathe it in when the sky is good. There's been a lot of shenanigans in the last 2 weeks. So anyway, Renew 28 is one of my favorite go-to things for the skin, but that works from the outside in. So everywhere you put it, I was chatting to a little hairdresser this morning and saying, if you get your bleach burns or your chemicals on your skin, by putting the Renew 28 on, it's allowing every cell it touches to renew, regenerate, and detoxify. If we are aging fast, our body isn't doing that. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. Let's see where our little scan's going at the moment. Okay, so it's up to the mitochondria. Oh, okay, so the mitochondria is the second last thing on the scan. It's the last one that it goes. It's the last of the 13 body systems, but then after it, it also gives us an overview of a whole bunch of hormones. So, and once again, these guys have been amazing. They've added so many things since I've started having this process, whenever that was. So I'm just going to have a quick squiz. So the way I look at it, I look at each one and I focus on one thing at a time. So I'm thinking in relation to skin. Now, if your cortisol dysfunction shows up, stress can mess with your immune system. Stress can flip on your pro-cancer genes. All right, potatoes, not my friend at the moment. So potatoes have got lots of things in them like nightshades and all sorts of things. Look at these emotions in the circulation, feeling sensitive. My mum died 2 years ago yesterday. Sleep conflict. lack of clarity, unstable feelings, relaxation, conflict, and then the suggestions, stress, eating healthy foods, exercise regularly, increase hydration, drink alcohol in moderation. So where I want to go, and now I'm going to have a quick look in relation to, that my thyroid's a little bit out at the moment. And once again, there we go. Tobacco, nicotine, nightshades. Potato is one of the nightshade plants. Oh, yeah, I had some potato at lunch yesterday. I had some deep fried chips. I thought I don't eat many potatoes. Yeah, there it is. Now, tyrosine, we need iodine and tyrosine for our thyroid to work properly, and T3 showed up just before. So that can be a bit of an idea that the thyroid is a little bit, and I'm doing, and I'm actually doing that energetic parasite detox cleanse at the moment with my frequency groups. So I'm not surprised in here that a few infections are showing up because I'm doing some big detoxes. Trace minerals, I need to take more trace minerals. That's something I'm really slack on. And there's so many easy ways to do it. The Solex, has got, the Solex Gold. And what that is fumic acid and humic acid. Yeah, fulvic acid to humic acid ratio 9:1, but they've also got other bits and pieces, and I've got a really great mineral combination. And I see my friend Sean regularly for chiropractic appointments. I'm sure not as regularly as he would like. So just going through, yeah, nightshades is showing up again. Man, I really should not have had those chips yesterday, should I? Now, thinking skin. This is lymphatics. Zinc. Zinc is one of the things we really need to have good levels of in order to deal with skin issues. When your immunoglobulins aren't working properly, we don't have the immune system in order to deal with things. Most of those lymph nodes are more about probably the detox I'm doing than anything else. But once again, it's saying lymphatic massage, increase hydration, exercise regularly, support immune functions. Now, let me whip down to the skin. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, look at that. It's mostly bees. So it is actually showing that I've got issues with my skin moisture, which means either I'm not getting enough collagen, or I am getting too many toxins from the outside in, or I'm not drinking enough water. And I've got to say, yesterday I definitely did not drink enough water, but it is showing acute skin inflammation. Interesting. Yeah, right. So nuts and almonds, I'm trying to cut down on my oxalates at the moment. Brown rice is also a high oxalate food, and sugar. Basically, that's not good for anyone. Yeah, so I like having a look at what's going on in the skin. I like having a look at the emotions. So have a look at my emotions at the moment: acute stress, chronic stubbornness, chronic feeling useless, chronic self-confidence, chronic lack of confidence. So that's sort of interesting, isn't it? That is the emotions. There's 130,000+ frequencies that have been found and on this device so that you can access them anytime for anything. So, but look, it's about food, the causes: metabolic waste and dehydration. I definitely did not drink enough yesterday. Blastomyces, so then sugar, rice, and almonds. How interesting. So, and the darker the rice, the more the oxalates. The almonds are known to have all sorts of plant toxins in them. For people who can cope with them, they're fantastic, but some of us can't. But sugar, I don't even remember. Oh, okay. I had some alcohol last night. Mum's anniversary. So yeah, recommending clean air, moisturizing, avoiding sunburn. I don't believe in sunscreens either, by the way. Regular washing and exercising regularly. But yes, there has been a lot of geoengineering the last few weeks, so that's a lot of toxins in the atmosphere. But where I wanted to go next was down to the mitochondria, because I do love the mitochondria as well, checking that out. Plasma, RS. Oh, yeah, right. There's some RSV. A lot of people are getting upper respiratory things, and this was in our flu jab this year as well. But yeah, once again, there's a few infections here, and I am doing a really big detox at the moment. So that's part of the distance group frequency healings I'm doing. So anyway, but down here at the bottom, let me check. So this once again, it's new in the last couple of months. Down the bottom of the 13 body systems scan, you get a bit of an overview about what's going on in your system. So my thyroid, that's all looking pretty good. And look, it's even got reverse T3 here in Australia. That test is at least $150. Then you got to go get the doctor, and then you got a script, and then you got to pay. So, that's pretty interesting. So my thyroid's actually all within range. We're looking for over and above 40%, which is within normal. So then down all my Chicky Babe hormones, they're all pretty good. So pretty much all those hormones are all pretty nice. Now, G6PD. Let's pause for a second. I'll go find it. Okay, so G6PD. So what's mine? Mine's up 59%. So it's higher than it should be. Glucose 6-phosphase dehydrogenase is an enzyme found in the cytoplasm of all cells in the body. It's a housekeeping enzyme that plays a vital role in the prevention of cellular damage from reactive oxygen species. It does this by providing substrates to prevent oxidative damage. It's oxidative damage that causes skin cancers. Just saying. I've got a brother who's had several melanomas. So that's sort of interesting. So that is one. And the other one that's high is prolactin female, and my parathyroid's underactive, so it's not going to be absorbing and organizing the calcium ion pump as well as it should be. So I could be, minerals showed up elsewhere. So there could be a mineral thing going on there. But interesting. But prolactin female, prolactin is a hormone made by the pituitary gland, a small gland at the base of the brain. So prolactin causes the breasts to grow and make milk during pregnancy and after birth. Prolactin levels are all normally high for pregnant women and new mothers. Levels are normally low for non-pregnant women and for men. And I can say categorically that is the case for me. So what you can do then, if someone is having issues with the skin and with skin cancers, you can actually use that information to work out what supplements. Another real bonus with this technology is that you can put all the supplements you've got at home in there, and you can say, so I could have Stem Enhance and marine collagen and, my ASEA redox signaling molecules and my Renew 28 and 250 mils of water and 500 mils of water and 750 mils of water and a liter of water. You can put your magnesium supplements and your zinc in there. And then if you run your scan, the easy scan, say breakfast, lunch, and tea, it actually tells you which supplements your body needs at each time. So it is so like kinesiology in a box. It's not funny, really quite amazing. So, and once again, they just keep adding to these tools. So when people want to upgrade to a great bioresonance device in the home, just phenomenal for that $149 a month. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, if your collagen levels are low, there's lots of good collagens out there. This is the one from the Cerule, Stem Enhance, but also the company that makes the Renew 28, they've also got an awesome collagen product. That's not called collagen, it's called something else, but basically both of those products are amazing for collagen. Something that can be a thing going on is getting those heavy metals out of the body. So reactive oxygen species is always raised when we've got too many heavy metals. And of course, my favorite products with zeolites. So because these ones are all heated to that 700 degrees. This one has B12 and vitamin D. This one's got humic acid in it, and then this one's pure zeolite. So even though the cost seems really high, this one's the best value by far. But it's a powder, so some people don't like powders. They like sweet, liquid, or they like capsules. But there's sort of, sometimes we need to pull these heavy metals out of our body. Heavy metals are not going away. They're not going to go away. So we've got to get them out of our system if they show up. Once again, the Ionix Gold from the Solex product is also awesome for helping to get some trace minerals in and take waste products out. We've got to get zinc in. Zinc is one of the most crucial things. So, there's lots and lots of zincs out there. I like ones that have combos. So this is like zinc ACE. So vitamins ACE and zinc just are all antioxidants. So that help to sop up that reactive oxygen species, as is, and this one's got a few different. So this one's MetaZinc from Metagenics, also has some really nice combos. But for the skin, this one's actually my favorite little thing. So, there's so much you can do. Vitamin D is massive when it comes to the skin as well. And if people have issues with, say, oxalates and calcium issues and stuff like that, it's good to just take a massive dose once a year. So there in Australia, we can get these drops where one drop equals 1,000 international units. So you could take like 20 or 30 drops once a week, and just sort of get in a big dose. And that way you don't have to worry about your calcium absorption the rest of the week. But I hope that helps. Skin. The other thing I would just want to talk about is, and I'm sure you all know this, but I'll mention it again, every time we have medical intervention, whether it's a mammogram, whether it's a biopsy, whether or not it's a something traumatic like, going under anesthetics, we're increasing our risk of everything. We're increasing our risk of everything because every time we have a biopsy, we can be creating some more reactive oxygen species in there, some more oxidative stress. So therefore, it might show up as being not cancerous now, but down the track, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 months, it might turn cancerous because we've messed with it. So that's just something I really wanted to mention. And because I think the less intervention we can and the more we try at home ourselves first, the better. So that's just my 2 cents worth. But yeah, so and then for healing afterwards, obviously I love the Cerule Stem Enhance, because the Stem Enhance, because it increases those stem cells from the bone marrow, your very own adult stem cells from the bone marrow. That helps everything to heal faster. And because we generally have had medical intervention, the ASEA redox signaling molecules, which is like this in a bottle, so our gel, it's like that in a bottle. Taking it internally. So we're actually changing the microbiome so that we are changing our cellular frequencies so that we are getting the toxins out. We're asking every cell to renew, regenerate, and detoxify over a period of time. So they're my favorites. Take care, everyone. Love you.